Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's time for another episode of Health Talks with Dr. Trinh. The one show, maybe the only show that shows you the path to a healthier life, one conversation at a time. And today we're going to see if one conversation can change our lives here, can get us off the couch and back up into a healthier regimen here with the guys who were on the couch and are going to teach us how to get off the couch here. Welcome our health gurus here this morning here.
It's just not a couch.
It's not a couch? Okay.
The backrest with a stability ball underneath us.
Yes.
In case we're going to roll back and get some crunches in.
I see that.
Right off to the side, we're just getting some reps in, trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks awful like a couch to me here, but I'll buy it if that's what you're telling me.
Hey. This is all honesty here.
Should be a new product.
Hey, there we go.
You know,
Late night.
what is it that keeps us from getting off the couch? We were saying beforehand, these guys were saying, well, introduce yourselves first before we'll go from left to right here.
Yes, sir. Anthony Smith out in Huntington Beach, train at our gym with my friend here.
Yeah, Stan Wada, also at our gym. Private studio.
So
Yeah,
our
that's
gym
right.
is what? You guys help people like Dr. Trinh to get off the couch and to work out and to find a workout regimen that they'll stick to.
Yes, that's the plan. We're changing lives. That's how we hope, you know?
So how do you get old fogies like me off the couch? I have a desire to exercise, but that desire somehow doesn't win out most mornings here. It hasn't won out in a lot of mornings here. I don't get up and work out on a regular basis, and I wonder why. Is it just laziness? Probably. Is it just lack of knowledge of what to do? Maybe. What do you find? What's keeping us from getting off the couch?
Oh, that sounds like a personal question. We have to figure that out together. How deep you want to go? You know?
I don't know. You know,
we know what to do. You definitely know what to do.
Yeah.
All you type in the internet, hey, how to get in better shape. Bunch of free information. You know,
I
it's
know.
just the lack of will.
Yeah. The knowledge is out there. I think what it boils down to is, like, for me and what I address with my clients is we talk about quality of life and what kind of quality of life do you want to leave? And the two things that I think always come up is, everyone talks about longevity, but I look at it in vitality. And, even though you live longer, how are you living longer, and what are you able to do, with that extra or with the time that you're living? So, and then there's what we call morbidity, which is just you're living, but you're just living, you're just existing. Right. So,
but isn't that? I mean, we're going to one of the core problems of everybody who listens to this show. We all have a desire for something healthier, whether it's eating healthy, whether it's living healthy, whether it's exercise, getting more sleep, all these things. All these things are on our bucket list to do. And yet when it comes down to it, I'll do it tomorrow. Today, I got too many things to do. I can't get to sleep. I'll change my diet tomorrow. I'll start a exercise next year. It's always tomorrow. How do you get people to change from tomorrow to today? How do you? Is it just the people that call you are finally motivated and they're saying, "I'm going to hire you to do it, make me do this," or are they? Is there something? What are we missing here? What do you think? How do you inspire people to get off the couch? How do you motivate people to stick with it?
You nailed it right there, though. You said they call you, so they already made a commitment right there. Just need an accountability partner.
Right. I think that's part of it, because if you don't have an accountability partner, somebody isn't saying, "Hey, come on, let's go. One more, here we go." I think it is hard to keep the motivation yourself. We all desire to do something, but we need coaches. We need somebody to kick us in the butt once in a while, or to show us a path.
Yeah, I think accountability is probably the biggest factor in that. I think, with what Anthony just said earlier, you can get all the information online.
Right.
I mean, and we're both certified in different certifications when it comes to personal training and exercise, and we have different knowledge bases. I know Anthony has a stronger knowledge base, especially with martial arts, and he actually boxing, and he actually trained me in boxing, something that I don't do myself, but I don't, I participate. And, I have a different kind of background when it comes to nutrition and other aspects. And all trainers have, knowledge in nutrition. I just think holding people accountable, and that person also has to be a willing participant and has to commit to a program. And at the same time, you have to set them goals so that they can achieve something.
Right. So is it that it? Is it, do you have to, somewhere along the way, you got to commit. You can't make somebody do something. They've got to commit to lose weight. They've got to commit to exercise, to change their life somehow here. But too often it seems like it takes a crisis to do that. Something really has to get bad, and then you go, oh, I guess I better do this or something. I have a heart attack or something. I better change my life here or something. What do you see in your own practice? What is it that brings people to you? Is it just what makes them wake up one day and say, today's the day?
I'll put it like this on the personal standpoint. Like, how comfortable are you right now? You know what I mean? And you got to get out of that comfort level, because eating, like monitoring your eating, it's a comfort thing. So chocolate chip cookies, that feel good, right?
Right. Oh,
but
oof.
Not having them doesn't feel good,
Right.
And then, I just came back from vacation, right? And I remember when I was younger, I would get into vacation shape before the vacation, running and eating good because you want to look good at the beach and all that now. Right. But now I'm older, I'm married, so I'm a lot more comfortable. So now I just come back in vacation shape.
Right.
You know what I mean? That extra 15 pounds heavier. I'm enjoying the chocolate and the wine. And,
right.
Yeah.
So
it's a comfort thing. So that, like, you need to be uncomfortable, because I never understood how people eat themselves into like a new clothing size.
Sometimes like, several clothing sizes. Isn't that the truth? You watch some of these TV shows, and I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but they focus on, there's these shows where of very obese people, 400, 500, 600 pounds. And you wonder, wasn't there some sort of wake-up point along the way here? You didn't start off at 600 pounds. When you got to 200, when you got to 300, when you're 400, weren't there milestones and you said, whoa, I'm going in the wrong direction. I better, but no, you just blow past those things. Yeah.
Started in the medium, and the next year you're large, and then you're an extra large after that. You got to say stop somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep shopping every year.
Yeah. Right.
But that doesn't make sense.
But I think with those people that are morbidly obese and like beyond, the 300-pound threshold, I mean, obviously there's going to be a mental health issue, some kind of emotional distress that they suffered, whether it was, whether they're bullied or some kind of sexual abuse or some other things. And sometimes you have like hormonal issues and maybe possibly medical. So I think everyone has their own battles and demons that they're fighting. And in the end, obviously it's up to each individual, whatever their rock bottom is. And when they hit that they, either they hit the big reset button or they just keep going down that hole. So,
Yeah, and that's true whether it's food, alcohol,
or broccoli.
Yeah.
Which one would you rather have?
Right. And that's true with any, at some point it's a disorder. So at some point, whether it's alcohol or food or whatever, there's something that you can spin out of control and you can't seem to stop until you hit rock bottom. Until you hit some point where you say enough already here, or some intervention comes in. But for most of us, I think Anthony's right. We just get into this comfort zone, and it would be nice to get off the couch, but wow, I don't know. It just feels like so comfortable right here. I don't know that I'm going to get off the couch. And I think this generation more than any others, we've talked about it many times in the show. I look at young people today. I think there's a danger of them being the fattest generation in a long time, the unhealthiest generation in a long time, not just because of video games, but just kind of a whole lifestyle. They're not getting out. They're eating too much junk food. They're not going in the right direction. Or am I just sound like an old guy that's always worried about the next generation? They're not doing it right here. I'll give you a perfect example. So my young grandson is 9 years old, and he's kidding with me, but it's not really kind of kidding. And he said, he will play video games 24/7. He'll play video games all day long until his eyes fall out if I let him. And we were kidding about this, and he said, "Look, let me show you this. This is this meme. This is what they're talking about on these video game communities." And the meme is, you don't see grass. If you're really dedicated, you don't ever go outside. You don't want to see the grass. You just want to stay inside. And he played this one little video where this kid is saying this to his dad. His dad's saying, "Stop playing video games." And he's saying, "Dad, I want to be like these guys." And they say, "Don't see grass." And then, so anyway, he's playing this video, and the dad says, "So what do you think of this?" And the kid says, "I don't even know what they're talking about. What is grass?" He hadn't been out so long, so he hadn't even seen the grass. Didn't even know what the grass is. We are building a generation that is motivated more than ever to stay on the couch. Is that going to come back and bite us? Do you see any of that in your practice here?
We're tech-based life.
Yeah.
It's a positive and a negative right now. As we're sitting on a stability ball, you're sitting on a couch.
Exactly.
If we didn't have them, then we wouldn't be able to do this right now.
Yeah.
But I put it like, I think the busier you are, the less you eat. As you mentioned, like grass, when each generation of the three of us, we might be 10 years apart. So 40s, 50s, I'm assuming 60s, Paul, right?
Right.
Okay. We in the summer right now, we're already outside on the bike, on the skateboard, basketball, football, and then we never even thought about lunch because we're just playing all day. Time just flew by, and we didn't even think about eating.
Right.
But if you're in a house all day, you got all kind of free time. So you just go to the kitchen. It's right there.
Yeah. Right.
And even then too, like if you wanted to get a snack, you'd have to leave the house. Now you just right on the phone, got the app, Grubhub, DoorDash.
Yep.
With the click of a button, you got snacks ready to roll.
Right.
So we're just back to being comfortable. We're too comfortable sitting down, and the stuff is easy accessible to us.
Right.
Yeah. I think this is because of society. I think we're in a lifestyle of instant gratification. Like Anthony said, with a click of a button, you can get anything. But at the same time, I think the parents are at fault for letting the kids just kind of get away with it. My parents used to kick me out of the house. Said, "Don't come back.
Right.
Go out, go have some fun." For fun, I can't remember the last time someone built a fort. We used to build forts, had dirt clod fights. Not that that's a good thing, but
yeah, I'm with you. To go out and throw a rock at something, go out and find a bug, go out and find a frog or something, or go out
and be creative.
Yeah.
Honestly, you made up something. You made up a game. You created something. When you're in the house, you're not really creating nothing. You're just following the masses.
Right.
And that's where tech comes in. And now you're a follower. What's the latest app? You got to have it. But within these apps, though, they are creators in these apps, so we can't really go down on them. And the fitness conversation too. If you go on to social media, I can't say everyone's fat because everyone looks ripped on their social media pictures. So it's hard for me to tell.
Right. It's hard to tell the reality. Yeah.
Yeah, but they are influencing others to be healthy.
Yeah. So we're getting one message, but as we're doing it, we're eating a bag of Cheetos, saying, "Oh wow, look at that! Oh, that's the way I want to look. Oh, I'm following these celebrities. I'm following this advice. I'm following these influencers, but I'm really not following them. I'm just fantasizing." It's a superhero movie. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't rip on all. There's some doing the steps.
Yeah, but there's at the same time there's a lot of self-delusion on the social media pages, and you're right. I think Paul's right about the whole everyone's in a fantasy type world, or that's kind of what they want their life to be perceived by others.
Yes,
So
right.
I agree that this was a setup. Because you haven't been to the gym in a while.
I haven't. I'm the perfect example. I haven't been to a gym in, I can't tell you how many years. I don't work. I've tried walking. I tried doing some other things. I try is the key word. I don't have a regular routine, and as I get older, it's harder and harder for me to get out and even think of doing some of those things because it hurts or it aches or whatever. And then I said, well, that's not good. I'm moving in the wrong direction here. I don't find I haven't found a rhythm that I can stick with here. I used to when I was younger. You know, that was part of my rhythm. I found a way.
Do you
to
recreate, or like, do you have any like games or groups that you could want to like thought about joining, whether it's a hiking group? I know pickleball got really big all of a
Pickleball
sudden.
got really big. Yeah, I don't know where that came from here. Hiking. I don't. I have a million excuses. I'm too busy. I'm too old. I'm too tired. Tomorrow, whatever. I can come up with lots of excuses. And I'm not in bad shape. I mean, I don't think I'm in. You know, I don't struggle walking or whatever. But no, I should be in. I should do something more. And I'm just outing myself here. I don't really know why, other than time and effort. I say when the weekends come, my recreation is my grandkids because they take me outside and we kick the ball and run around and do everything until I'm exhausted. And then because they never stop, you know, the one's 3 and one's 9, so they just want to go, 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 go. And my motivation is always not to see them sit in the house. If they come over to our house, then let's go. Let's the adventure. So we go walk down to the creek and we go walk in the woods and we go throw rocks and we go throw the football and we go throw the planes. And I mean, I'm constantly coming up with outdoor activities to do with it. And I guess in the meantime, they're my motivation. They're my recreation. They're my accountability partner. Come on, Grandpa, let's go. You know, what do you mean you're getting tired? Let's get back out and go there. So in a weird way, they're kind of taking me, they're my little exercise buddies here. They don't know that, but they're forcing me to go out and ride bikes and do all these things that otherwise I'd sit home and say, forget it. So maybe that's my
I always
motivation.
felt that hanging out with younger people keeps you young.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, totally. If you hang out with a bunch of people your age, everybody's sitting down and
exactly. When my friends come over, my friends don't say, "Hey, let's go." My friends are like, "Hey, let's pull up a chair and let's get a beer and let's turn on this game or something here." We're not.
Let's reminisce on how good we used to be, huh?
Isn't that the truth? Oh my God, reminisce. I can't tell you the number of times I just saw some friend I hadn't seen in a while, you know, months or months. And half the conversation was us reminiscing about the old days again here. And I'm like, well, what about the new days? What about the next days? You know, remember when we did that crazy thing? Remember when they did, you know?
I know. This is half of my training sessions. Reminiscing. Especially trained men. When I was your age, I used to bench 300.
Yeah.
He got 30 pounds in his hands. Like, well, shut up, man. Just press.
Just press. Right. Exactly.
That's why you're reminiscing. You ain't doing nothing right now but talking.
Yeah. Know? Why is reminiscing I find myself reminiscing more and more as I get older here about the good old days or whatever here, about the old days here. Well, I think you're right. I think that I hadn't thought about that, but it's who you hang out with. If you're hanging out with your old buddies ain't saying, let's go do something. They're slumping, they're slouching, they're not, but when grandkids come over, all they want to do is go. And I want to see them go too, because otherwise they will just sit and watch TV or play video games like they do at home probably. And so for me, the motivation is I want them to get out. And in doing so, I go out. I have to go with them. I can't say you go out and play and then come back when you're done. At least not in today's
It's game time when they see you. It's on site, so you gotta stay ready.
It is like that, you know. And it's funny because my grandkids will actually run to me like, you know, okay, and their parents say, oh my God, they see you as like Disneyland. They're coming to Disneyland now, so let's go. Let's start. What ride are we going to take? Let's do this. And it's nonstop action when they come over, and that's good for them and it's good for me, I guess. Here, both of us.
Yeah, you gotta have those knees ready, you know.
Oh, so, but Paul, is it getting harder and harder to do that each year?
It is. It finds I get more exhausted by the time they're done. I'm poof because I pick them up. I'm whatever these little kids weigh, 50 pounds or something here. I'm picking them up constantly. I'm tossing them around. I'm chasing after them. And yeah, when at the end of the visit.
So, but you would like to continue that for the next 5 to 10 years, would you not?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It'd be terrible if my knees gave out or my heart gave out or something.
What if I told you that if you worked with Anthony or myself, that we would be able to prolong that and actually improve what you already have right now and give you more strength, more endurance, and actually make you feel better than you've ever have in the last decade.
You'd be a magician.
Well, we challenge you to come down to Huntington and work out with one of us.
Okay, well,
Our gym,
there
where
you go.
everyone knows your name.
Yeah, right.
We got a couple kids in there that you can practice with.
That's what I need. I don't need weights. I need just little, you know,
Little toddlers, right?
little toddlers that
Yeah.
I can. That's my workout thing. I chase them. I throw them. Whatever. They climb all over me, and I'm
Exactly. So you get
Throwing
an
them
hour
off.
of enjoyment too.
Yeah, you have an open invitation though.
okay. All right. I'll have to seriously think about taking a nap on that here. So where are you at in Huntington Beach? Are you in a gym? Are you at the beach?
Like
Or-
Eric.
I know, right?
Go for it.
Yeah, it's a big warehouse. Its address is 16551 Burke Lane.
Okay.
It's on the corner of Heil and Gothard.
Okay. I think I know where that
Great
is.
place, great community. Everyone feels like family. Eric Marino. What's his
He's the owner. Former track coach. His claim to fame was training a lot of younger basketball players in the 90s. Cherokee Parks was probably his most.
Cherokee Parks,
Well,
a famous
Cherokee
player
Parks,
out of whatever the Huntington Beach High School, the one in the North Marina, I think he came out.
Yeah,
of.
Marina High School. Yeah, went on to Duke and then played in the NBA for about 12 seasons.
Right.
That's his most, accomplished client. But I think right now he's training.
He's got several.
He's got some
that
kids,
go
yeah.
through college. If you got a student athlete and you want a scholarship, take them there.
Yeah, the trainers at this gym, I think collectively we have a lot of experience, all different fields. Like I said, Anthony's known for boxing. Eric's track. We have Derek's football.
Track.
So we have different, disciplines out there. We have
Fitness
powerlifting.
competitors.
Yeah, powerlifting, fitness competitors. So all sorts of life. And the people that walk in, it's not like a commercial type gym where a lot of people get self-conscious, where there's lots of mirrors, people staring, people on their phones, people trying to set up their social media page. That's not what happens here. I think people come here and they get comfortable because you tend to be with a trainer and we're coaching you to, accomplish your goals, and it's go time. So.
Right. And that was one of the things I felt years ago when I was in a gym. A lot of it was posing. A lot of it was, hey, look at me. A lot of it was, and that made me feel uncomfortable, self-conscious, because there's all these bigger guys around me, guys and girls and everything, and I just felt like, I felt like a wimp. I felt like a weenie. I felt like a loser the minute I walked in and looked at all these other people. It didn't motivate me to be like them. It made me feel like, I can't do this. I'm in the wrong place. It felt uncomfortable. Not that you want to be with a bunch of fat people and whatever, but it I guess somehow that's supposed to motivate you because look at what they're doing and you could do the same thing. But at the same time, it's intimidating. Maybe that's the word. It's intimidating.
It's all like back to being personal,
Right.
If you're at the gym and now you're necessarily not focused on yourself and you hyper focus on the surroundings around you, then you could lose there. That's the positive of going to a gym like ours. Or you look surrounding and you thrive to be like those people, so you keep going to get there. It's a weird place, the gym in itself. And nowadays with the internet and social media, it's even more weird. People taking their shirts off, film everything. It's a tripod set up everywhere. You could barely get to the equipment. I remember when I first started, because legs weren't, a big thing. You can get to the squat rack. Nobody wanted to do legs.
Right.
It was easy to find to find a squat rack. You could never find a bench because everybody wanted the beach muscles,
Yeah, right. Big, right.
arms and leg. Chest and arms,
Right.
And there wasn't even that many women in the gym either. It was all dudes,
Right.
But nowadays, the gym is probably full of women in there, and you can't ever get to a squat rack.
Your BBL.
Ever. Because everyone wants a big butt. Everyone wants big legs, and that's what I was you're married, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah. So are you a butt man or a boob man?
Oh, a boob man all the way. Yeah.
Boob man, see that? I feel like that's generational.
I don't
Because
get
now,
big butts. I don't understand this whole thing with big butts. I
well,
look at it and go, that's not appealing to me. But I'm like, oh yeah, look at her. She's got a big
if
butt and
you don't
everything.
have a butt, if you don't have a butt nowadays, you don't even exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Kim Kardashian syndrome.
Yeah, that's
You
weird
don't.
to me. Isn't it weird how people go through different phases of? I'll give you an example. When I saw a picture of my grandmother once, and my grandmother to me was just always overweight, heavy lady, and I saw when she was younger, she was still overweight, but she was not in my standard, but she was pretty. And she was actually voted some, local beauty queen or something. And there she is posing. And I thought, she's heavy. There was a different view of what heavy. You look at Mae West or people from the early 20s and stuff. It was more round. It was more big. It wasn't thin and toned. It was voluptuous was the word. And
full figured, right?
Full figured. And that was sexy. And now we look at it and go, that was not sexy to me. So that Kim Kardashian kind of is going backwards to that look, that full figured, big butt, big boobs, big everything. Everything is over big. And it seems
Over big. Yeah.
over big. Yeah.
I hate to give her the stamp though. Why does Kim Kardashian get all the credit for this? And what I'm getting at too is
I don't know.
half of these women, some work for it, and some go purchase it.
Yeah, right.
So is that a real butt or is it
right?
Is that a bought butt?
You can ask
that's why I make a joke and I say that booty's the new titties. Can I say titties on here?
Not supposed to, but go ahead. All right, you did it right.
But boobies, booty the new boobies. I like to call them titties. I already said it. But anyways, in the 90s, everyone was getting a boob job.
Right.
And that, if you didn't have them, then you had to go buy them. And now, if you don't have, either you go to the gym, you work hard, and you got this big old bubble that you train for, and your social media is nothing but you turning around and staring at it because you earned it.
Yeah,
that's fine. But then there's a lot of people that just go and purchase them.
Yeah, right.
Like, and they look terrible. Have you seen one in person? They haven't mastered the surgery yet.
No, I the last time I dated Ronald Reagan was president here, so I'm a little out of date as to what the current women look like naked or whatever here. I'm not.
No, you gotta see them naked.
Well, congratulations on your sustained marriage, though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Need some tips.
So it is a weird thing how beauty changes and how we think what once thought. I remember when the 60s when we went through the Twiggy phase. Oh my goodness! If you weren't starved, or later on, Kate, what was her name? The model, Kate Moss. Yeah, if you didn't look like you were starving, if you didn't look like you were severely malnourished, then you weren't sexy.
Now, the bigger your hips or the faker you look, the sexier you are.
Big. I see these women and these lips. They overblow these lips up. Their boobs are. I mean, I like big boobs, but there's a limit. There's a limit to everything here, and there seems to be no limits anymore here. And
especially if it doesn't fit your structure.
Exactly.
And you see these BB, you'll notice, I bring it up next time you go to Whole Foods, you'll see one of these girls, little legs, and then just massive hips and butts. It doesn't match.
No.
They stand to the side, it looks like a capital P.
Yes, right.
It
exactly.
really does. It's terrible. I got a picture. I saw one yesterday.
And it goes all the way up. There are these lips that are so overblown, these boobs that are so out of whack, these arms that are so overmusculated, or whatever whatever the word is. Everything is taken to an extreme.
Natural. The lips are here, and then the eyelashes are 2 inches a little further. Huh?
Yeah, right. It's like, oh my God! It stopped looking human. It looks like a doll. It looks like
it does, but people find this sexy. I guess that's the new trend. Yeah. Like we said, it has changed. Social media has changed the game here, So as a fitness person, I admire those that take up the squat rack, doing butt exercises every day to work hard. But then there's those that look like they did the work, but went out and purchased it. Yet they get all the credit. So that's why I said I want to give Kim Kardashian the stamp here for this. That's not. It's genetically altered,
Yeah, right.
and we're praising it. You know,
We're
and
praising
I'll
it.
have women come to train with me, and they'll hold up a picture and say, "I need my butt to look like this
Do they
in 3 months."
So that's it. They really
Yeah.
come in with an image, and they clip something out of. They bring you a picture they clip from somewhere, and they say, "That's what I want to look like. I want to look like this."
Yeah,
More or less.
Yeah.
They usually just show you on their phone.
And then
yeah,
they and then do you hold that up in front of them all the time? Come on, you're getting. And then they measure it. Oh, it's getting bigger. I like it. Or no,
I say turn around and you hold it side by side. You know, I don't think it can be worked out.
It's gotten a little out of hand. I mean, the pants have even changed. Now they have
Oh my
before
God.
the.
When you get a chance, okay, look up anus pants.
What?
I swear,
Yeah,
just
what?
Google it.
It's completely form fitting.
Google
What?
it.
No.
Form fitting all the way from the.
You better not forget.
Yeah, it's cut. It's not just flat in the back anymore, where the buttocks push against the material.
Right.
It is
It
actually
contours like a
contours everything, even to the front. So there you go.
It's just like pulled right up the
It's almost like you just spray painted.
and it looks
Material.
it's a scrunch that comes in the middle.
Yep.
Oh
And it
my
looks
God.
like an anus.
Well, and even on the front side, it looks like you just
Oh, I didn't go there. He went there.
spray painted. It's like you just spray painted material onto yourself.
All
Take
the way
tight
up.
pants, pull them up higher, and then make
Yep.
them tighter.
All to make that
If
as
that
extreme.
butt that was
Yeah.
flat
Everything.
looks a little tighter and bigger and higher.
Everything.
I noticed because there was a girl at the gym, and she already had a big butt. That's fine, you know. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Right.
And this day, particularly, I was looking at her butt. What is different? Something's up with her butt. And I like, and then I look, and I look. That looks like an anus. That's the only description that I had. So I googled anus pants, and it's scrunch pants.
Oh my.
It popped up right away, and you'll see all these, erotic poses in these pants, and they pull right up.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to create something for men because we don't get the cheat like
We
that.
don't get the cheat like that. Oh my
No,
We
God.
gotta have front pocket or the junk joggers. What do you think of that?
The new underwear. The
Junk
ones with the
joggers
extra-
just make you look.
There
extra.
are. I'm reminded every so often, through history or in different cultures, there are extreme examples. In China, they used to bind women's feet because small feet were considered sexy, to the point where they were crippling these girls. They would bind their feet and keep them from doing it, and they could hardly walk anymore, but they still had tiny little childlike feet. And you think, who came up with that idea that a little tiny foot on a grown woman is attractive here? But there's countless examples through history of extremes where people go through like that. And I just don't get it. I don't know who sets up that standard and says, that's it. Everybody wants to look like that.
Okay, I'm happy because now women have to suffer for beauty standards too. Here, I saw online because they had this big booty cream. I swear, I don't remember the IG. I don't want to plug them, but you take the lotion and you massage it into your booty, and the topical ingredients were gonna help fluff it up. But I think you have to
fluff it up, help bloat it up, help
to activate it. And they had all these before and after pictures and multiple cells. And that just reminds me because in the health and fitness, when you first start working out, you're trying to figure out how to look like these guys, and you go to the back of these magazines, and it had the worst supplements in the back.
Yeah, right.
And they used to have these, penis enlargement pills.
Yeah. Well, I've taken those. Those work. Mine's up to about.
No, you lying. That's a bunch of snake oil. So
mine's up to about 4 feet now
men
here.
For years, so now these women got to suffer and buy a big booty cream that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And why is we get this notion that somehow bigger is better with everything? I used to. There was when I was up in Hollywood many years ago. You're too young to remember this, but there was a woman who, this is before they had social media, and she was kind of doing this early. She bought a billboard for years of herself. Her name was Angeline.
Yes.
giant breasts. I mean, you could probably, I don't think she could reach as far. I don't know. I never saw breasts that big. And she'd show up at Hollywood parties and she'd drive around a little pink, whatever she had, T-Bird or something. And she was always trying to be somebody. But her only thing we knew her for was this cartoon breasts and these billboards that she somehow, her rich boyfriend would pay for and buy these billboards for years for her. So she became kind of a known, she'd pop up in weird little movies here and there and stuff, but she never really took off as like Kim Kardashian did, but because there was no social media, there was no internet and stuff here. But I saw her several times in real life, and it was bizarre. I mean, it was a cartoon. It was not human. But somehow she had it convinced that bigger was better. That's what she was known for. The biggest butt in the world, the biggest breasts in the world, the biggest lips in the world, the biggest, pick whatever body part, the biggest arms, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, the biggest body. Why do we think bigger is the biggest? You said penis, whatever. Why do we think biggest is bad? Why better? I don't know.
Oh, no, I have to ask the others on that last part, but
yeah, the old porn star Johnny Wad, you know, I mean, all these guys, it's just, oh my God, it was just like, everything is inhuman. Why do we want to take ourselves to inhuman limits here? You know,
we need more. We're humans. That's what thirst for more.
I think we're just going to the extremes in everything. I think we're just. Yeah, I think extremism has hit us hard in society, whether it's politics, socialism, activism. I think people's mentality is, in order to get somewhere, you got to go full bore to one end of the spectrum in order to even maybe get a quarter or half of what your true intentions are. And I think,
I think you're right.
You know, and plus we have all these go big, go home. We have all these type of, it's kind of built into our society now about, you know,
everything is, and we certainly saw the steroid craze. I don't know if that's still going or out there, but athletes that were just pumping themselves up abnormally big, and they couldn't do it naturally, so they started doing it with steroids. The Barry Bonds of the world, these have these massive arms, and they'd hit these massive home runs because they just, everything was bigger, and then it's something. What's the downside of that? I mean, your body isn't meant to do some of these things. You're pushing it way beyond its natural limits, and you're using stuff to artificially jack this stuff up, or you're sticking stuff in implants and all this. And we know there's a million problems with all these things. Your body rejects all this stuff. You get
it's good right now, like Stan said earlier, instant gratification.
Yeah, instant gratification.
I need it now. You know.
Right.
So do I want to go squat and get that big butt, or do I want to go to the doctor?
I think we live in an instant gratification.
Just order the big booty cream.
Yeah.
I got 3 options here.
Right.
If I work out, it's going to take a lot longer. But maybe if I take this pill, then I could, get there in a couple of months here.
We talk about all the time, whether it's I've eaten bad, let's say my whole life, and now I've got heart disease, or I've got Alzheimer plaque built up. I got all these things that Dr. Trinh talks about all the time. Just give me the pill. Just give me the pill that wipes it all away. I go in there and flush out my heart. Just clean out all that years of crap.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because now Ozempic is like the new drug right now on the market, which was originally designed for diabetics. And now you got celebrities taking it so that they can lose weight. But there is a downside for taking Ozempic. Exactly. For one thing, you have to stay on it. You can't just cycle it on and off. You have to stay on it. Mm-hmm. And there's long-term ramifications for taking Ozempic. So, and not everybody's losing weight.
Right.
So
we're all looking for the shortcut there. And I think, if you could give me a pill to look like you guys here, I just pop it and say, great. Then tomorrow I pop up and I look, my arms are up, or I'm going to grow no more hair. I'm going to do this. Everything's just going to magically pop back the way it was once upon a time here. And
Anthony's got a great personal story. You should, where he started.
Let's go. Let's go.
Where I started.
How you became you.
He
didn't pop. I picture Anthony always kind of looked like that. Little 10-year-old Anthony was out there. He was the more athletic of the kids. There's as Bill Cosby used to say, there's Fat Albert that everybody laughed at, and then there's Anthony, who's running around throwing the ball farther than everybody here and running faster than everybody here.
Nah, no, that was definitely was not me. You know, I was a chubby kid.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think like in high school, probably my heaviest was like 250 or
What?
260. I'm 5'11", and then my pants were definitely a 40 to 42. Yeah.
Wow.
But I was always athletic, always played sports. But looking back, you know, I had well, not had, I have a sugar addiction.
Right. Right.
So you
Addictions never
know,
go away. You
right.
always have it. Yeah.
Back then, I would eat breakfast like whatever my mom, eggs, you know, toast, you know, that type of thing, and then crush like a whole box of cereal.
Yeah.
Like I love sugar cereal,
Mm.
and I just keep filling it up and just adding this less milk. Okay, let me run some more. Oh, I ran
Yeah.
out. More cereal. Add the milk. You keep doing that, then the whole box is gone.
Yeah. Right.
Like my mom used to, she caught me and she would put a Sharpie in line. So, all right, if it passed here, I'm gonna kick your butt. For real.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of spankings. It was like sugar or spanking.
Wow.
Yeah, but
So what changed that cycle? You're us. You're all of us are saying you were on a
you know
on a
what? I'll
path.
tell you, like you got to look at your, like I started jujitsu and 17,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I wanted to do jujitsu because I wanted to be a pro wrestler. So I wanted to learn how to tumble and get some grappling background. I was really
Okay.
into WWF at the time and WCW. So I take this jujitsu class, and I was telling my dad about it. And he goes, "Oh, you can't wrestle." You know, he challenged me to a wrestling match in the backyard. And then my stepmom filmed it.
Huh.
And then he wrestled me down, held me down. I couldn't do nothing. This was before I took classes.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the film, and I go, damn, I know 10 pounds it's supposed to add 10 pounds on camera, but it looked like it was 40, 50
Yeah.
pounds.
Right. The camera. This isn't
Really,
all
I
a
didn't
camera
look at
trick.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't look at myself like that. And I saw how I looked on the camera, but I looked fat to me, but I didn't necessarily make like a conscious change to like dieting. I started the jujitsu classes, and then I probably lost like 40 pounds just doing the jujitsu.
Right.
I didn't even change my diet.
Right.
I just started moving differently. Like it was a 2-hour class, and I never done stuff like that. And then my coach was real brutal, you know. Like it was these hard, crazy warm ups. Like it was terrible.
Cobra Kai. My grandson loves to watch Cobra Kai. You know?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it. Yeah, but I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
But it was like some of the worst training ever. But I loved it, you know. And so then I lost like this 40 pounds, and then I looked at the mirror again, and then I looked the same but smaller.
Yeah.
So I didn't really like get like all crazy muscles. I was just like soft, you know what I mean?
Right.
So then I was like, all right, I need to get some muscles. And then I started looking in the muscle magazines, and I saw the penis enlargement pills in the back.
Yeah, those work. I'm telling you. Big believer in those.
That's how I literally started my journey. I was like, I need to change the softness and make it a little harder. Yeah, I couldn't afford her. Is that right?
He can't stay away from that image here, and right, it's hard to shake that one out of our head here today.
Big snicker veins in my forearms, you know. But that's how it started. But I had a bad nickname too in school, and you know that's what he was talking about was missile tits. I was changing, and I had my shirt off, and then one of my friends goes, "He got missile titties," and they're like, they look like missiles. It was a good joke.
Yeah.
Remember when what video Madonna had the cone bra?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It was like come out pointy. It wasn't a good look.
Oh, that sounds sexy. That sounds. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, that's no good. No. All right.
Yeah, so then there you go. So from missile titties to heavy on camera to reading muscle magazines and doing exactly whatever the muscle magazine said, I go to the gym and do it. And you just do this over and over and hours, and then you start learning what works for you, your body, and then you start getting better at it, and then you start teaching others.
So again, there was something negative that enforced it was a negative nickname. It was a negative look, and you had to step outside of yourself and see yourself as others see you. And that's when it suddenly went, is that the way I look? Is that what people seeing? I got to do something about this then.
Yeah, I want to change it.
Mhm.
You know, before I mean, I always thought I still look good, but like the Lizzo effect. I
Yeah.
was like, whatever, I still look good.
Yeah.
But then I didn't just look at myself and really break it down.
Right.
No.
No.
And that's why a problem even nowadays with the fat shaming. Like, fat should be shamed. Like, that's not, like, I'm not saying nobody beautiful or nothing.
Right.
But we can't really celebrate hugeness.
Can't.
Like, and like I said, buying new sizes every year, like that's not a good look. Like my dad would give me hand-me-down clothes because I was a bigger waist than him. And I'm like 15.
Yeah.
So like, let's have some reflection here.
Let's have some reflection here. Let's
42 in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can celebrate the person as an individual, but I think, with the whole fat shaming thing, maybe not in a mean-spirited way, but from a health standpoint, it is not good to be overweight. I mean, I can just share something myself personally. Just recently, I lost 25 pounds in the last 2.5 months.
Wow.
And
Congrats.
prior to that, I had difficulties with GERD. I had Barrett syndrome in my esophagus.
Oh.
I had sleep apnea. I was aspirating in the middle of the night. I was choking in my sleep, which would force me to wake up.
Yeah.
And I was literally gasping for air. And you could die from that. And I've had multiple surgeries dealing with my GERD. And the last time my surgeon was like, well, we might have to go in again. And
wow.
I just made a conscious decision that I just need to change my diet and lose weight. And since I started this program that I'm doing on my own, I haven't aspirated. I haven't woken up in the middle of the night, and I no longer regurgitate stomach acid. And a lot of that is attributed to just the weight loss itself. And I have a younger brother who now he weighs more than me now, but he has those health problems now. And I was trying to convince him to change his lifestyle so that he wasn't doing what I'm doing, right, or what I was doing.
Right.
So, and I know a lot of people that are overweight deal with that, whether it's respiratory issues, and usually GERD comes with that, and, problems with sleep. So,
yeah. And heart and your hips and everything. It's just, you're carrying around excess weight. So on the one hand, we want to celebrate people who they are. We don't want to shame them. We don't want to laugh at them. We don't want to make them feel bad about themselves. But at the same time, we want to motivate them and encourage them to live healthier, and not just how they look, but how they'll feel, and the lifestyle they'll live. I sometimes wonder. I see, again, I'm in my 60s, so I see you go to the beach or something, you see girls walking along, and I see more and more girls walking along saying, "The hell with everything. This is who I am," and they are, to me, fat. I'm sorry, they're way overweight. And I'm thinking, why are they wearing this teeny tiny bikini, which it makes this ooze out. It's hanging out everywhere. It's like, why emphasize what I think is, and that seems to be the whole point. See, this is who I am. I'm big and I'm beautiful.
No,
like,
that's why I go back and he said, no, we don't want to fat shit. No, we got to be honest.
Yeah.
That's not cool. We got to be mean.
Really?
Life has bullies. You're going to deal with a bully. You got to learn how to deal with it.
Well,
totally.
You
can't be walking around like, like American Idol, right? Okay. Yeah. Some of those kids could not sing. And their parents are over there fluffing them up. Oh, you sound good, baby. You sound like Patti LaBelle. Right. No, you don't.
Well, that was the appeal of Simon in the original series, that he would come out and he would be mean, but many times he wasn't
honest.
He was honest. Yeah, he was
honest.
He was pretty mean about it, but he was pretty honest.
Well, you honest though. Yeah. Missile Tits was mean, but he was honest. I looked down. I was like, all right, he's honest.
Yeah.
Was he mean? Was it a harsh joke? And everybody laughed. Hell yeah! I'm 40. That was 30 whatever 25 years ago. Right. I remember it.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I wasn't mad about it. It was the truth.
But I think a lot of society these days is worried about the emotional distress that it's causing people, and you know, they go into the mental health,
Deal with it.
and
Toughen up.
you know, and then I guess everyone's afraid of getting lawsuits or starting something up, or being called out on social media and getting canceled. So you know, it's
yeah, we've swung pretty far the other way, where we're trying to accommodate everybody. Everybody's okay. You're okay. I'm okay. Everything's okay. And to the point, then we're allowing bad behavior, unhealthy behaviors, to continue and celebrate.
Right.
So somewhere in between.
Your friend,
yeah.
And say, hey, that's not good enough, man.
Well, what cracks me up is now I went to, was it Lululemon?
Right.
And they have these plus size mannequins for their clothing.
That's facts.
And not just, back before there were the regular mannequins. Now they have these plus size, and I'm like, that doesn't want to make me buy those shorts or that shirt.
Right.
But I guess that's where we're living in these days. I'm like, I don't know if that's going to help increase sales, because personally, I look at that oversized hoodie. I don't know if I want to buy it.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of that one. I think it does help, because now you identify with that.
That's the whole point. You're supposed to say, I've seen myself in this. And I understand people, you've got, particularly those who have hormonal problems or other problems or eating disorders or whatever. I get that they must feel shame. I can't look like that ideal, so therefore I feel bad about myself. I don't want you to feel bad about yourself. I want to find the opposite. I want to motivate you not to reach an impossible goal, just to be the best you can be. And if you're always going to be, if you're always going to be short, you're going to be short. You're always going to be skinny, you're going to be skinny, or whatever. Or heavy, you're going to be heavy. But what's the best you can be, given who you are and the cards you're dealt here? I don't know. We don't seem to motivate people to be better. We either want to shoot for an impossible standard, the biggest butt in the planet, the biggest boobs in the planet, the biggest something, or we want to just say, then there is no standard, be what you want to be, and it's okay if you want to eat yourself into 600 pounds here. That's not good either. There's got to be some, we know that some things are better for you than others. We can't embrace bad behavior, but at the same time, we can't shame everybody if you can't be perfect. I don't know. That's the challenge. How do you...
at the end of the day, just get a big butt.
Well, for me, it was a big penis. That was it. When I got that, everything, life changed, and that's the secret to my success. It's everything, because I took those pills religiously, right?
The only on the flip side, though, they got the big female mannequins, but there's not too many big male mannequins.
That's true, too.
Big male models. They don't really get the love.
Yeah, you don't see people with the dad bodies. No,
they don't. They're not putting them on a runway. That's a real thing. That's money to be made.
Yeah.
I'm a new father, so I'm a dad bod. I'm teetering. Dad bod in shape is going up and down. Some weeks is good and some weeks is bad.
When you get that big dad bod and you look like Homer Simpson or whatever here, that's what everybody wants to. That's the ideal. The big, huge beer belly. That's what we should be shooting.
I think though, if you're a dad bod, you're a better father. Because you don't have no time for yourself.
Yeah.
So there you could be. So we're coming up with a different
if you're all ripped up in the dad, that just means you're working out and not being a dad.
Well, that's why I try and be. I'm going to be ripped up grandpa, because I'm just chasing them all day long. That's all I do is chase them and throw them and toss them. They jump. We're talk about wrestling. They love to just launch themselves on me, and then I'm like, don't you realize how old I am? Oh my God. And I throw them down on the ground, and then they jump up and they climb all over me and attack me. And it is like one big world wrestling championship.
Endless energy, right?
Endless energy. Oh my goodness.
It's impressive.
When did we lose that endless energy? And for me, I can do it in a burst, but they do it every day. It's just endless energy. And I don't know, but I feel like I have to channel it out of them, because then they'll sleep better, and I think they're healthier. I imagine if they don't get that released, if they're not running, if they're just sitting watching television or sitting on a gaming console, where does that energy go? I don't know.
I had a bad joke, but I ain't gonna go there.
All right, we won't go there. I don't know what the joke is. I'm trying to picture what the joke is. All right, but I think there is There is
They
a
channel that energy into a mass shooting.
well,
Wow.
well, maybe, yeah. That's the
Hey,
kids
because
watch
they
these games.
haven't seen the grass in 2 weeks.
Haven't seen the grass. They don't know what the grass looks like. They didn't know there is grass. What's
They go
grass?
outside, they just don't know what the hell to do with that.
What
with
is that
themselves,
stuff there? Yeah, right.
You know.
Could
But
be.
hey, I mean, it's a little bit of truth to that. You got to get outside, like you said. You got to exert that, get that out of you. Even though I do the fight training, like it's a physical thing. You got to get this out because it's released. That all that energy is released in us. Whether you're getting that out by hitting the pad or you getting that out by hitting the weights.
Right.
You got to play with that testosterone spike.
Yeah, exactly. There's an
learn,
aggression.
learn how to control that too.
Exactly.
Because we all have that in us. Obviously the women too, because they're lifting weights now.
Yeah.
Before they were doing step aerobics with slouch socks on.
Yeah.
Now they're deadlifting and squatting, and they can beat up the dudes.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that the truth? I've seen a lot of these women. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna mess with her.
Hey, I don't want to step. I'm not asking for her number, right?
Whoa.
Ask me for my number. Right?
Kick my butt. Yeah, exactly. Here. Well, all of that is where we're at today here. How do they get in touch with you if they want to change, if they want to improve, if they want to get better? How do we give us the place to go?
Just hit my
Emails.
Fitculture, FIT culture 7@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is Stan Wada, STANWADA 73@gmail.com.
Okay. That's all it takes is you're one email away from changing your life here. Challenge everybody like me to get off the couch and get where you want to go. Start that journey today. It all starts with one step, right? And then 2 steps and 3 steps.
Get closer to God.
Yeah, and if you want to see us in person, you guys can just make a trip to Huntington Beach. We're right off the 405 and Beach Boulevard, and it's called Our Gym, OUR Gym, and Eric's the proprietor, and we're just one of the 2 many trainers that work there.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Thanks for sharing this journey and talking some real talk here. I learned a lot about penis supplements today here. You're telling me there's some challenge to that. I've been taking them for years, so I'm going to have to really go back and rethink that. Okay.
So you're one of those befores and afters, huh?
Oh, absolutely. It's like, I mean, big. I'm talking about big, I'll let your imaginations run wild on that one here.
Did you get the pump with it or what?
No. The pills were enough, boy.
Okay.
Routed up like.
Just imagine.
It was. It is. Someday I'll share pictures on the thing here.
Snake oil. I'm telling you.
Thanks for sharing, guys, here today. Well, there you go, guys. We're laughing, but there's a lot of truth in all this today here. What takes to get to the next level? How do we get off the couch and get healthy? That's what we talk about here on Health Talks, streaming live from our studios here at the University of California, Irvine's Beale Applied Innovation Center.